Queensbury and Matchroom both on DAZN. This is getting a bit too friendly between you two now, isn't it? Good show though, April 5th, all heavyweight showdown as well.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Good, very happy with it.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. It's going really well. Tickets are flying, and we're going to have a fantastic night of boxing.
Yeah, should be good at the Co-op Live, obviously headlined by Dillian White. Should to see Dillian White back against Joe Joyce. All right, let's talk about this. We hear the last crescendo. You know, look, you two are obviously a lot more experienced in terms of big fight cards. Is this the greatest fight card we've ever seen? I mean, we keep talking about it. Don King put on a few big ones in the 80s. Is this it though?
Over the years, I mean, I've been out to Vegas and seen some really big cards, but for quality, for every fight, 50-50 fight all the way through, nothing like it.
Eddie?
Yeah, I just feel that every fight on the card can headline with each of their respective networks, promotional companies, in any market in the world. Like, you've got British domestic classics, you've got World Heavyweight Championships, you've got Brits going for world titles like Hamza, you know, you've got fans fights like Ortiz against Madrimov, you've got heavyweight, you know, grudge matches. I mean, it's just like, you've got even Shakur against Floyd Schofield now is wild. Like, the whole thing's wild. So I just said earlier, like, if you're a fight fan, this is really, I think, the greatest night you'll ever watch. You may never see anything like this again. And if you're new to the sport, you're about to fall in love with it. I'm just sad that you're finding this as your first show. Don't expect this every week,
might
please.
not get this every single week.
You get absolutely spoiled.
Yeah, this is a bit of like a Super Bowl. You don't get Super Bowls every week in the NFL. Hamzah Sheeraz, your guy. This is obviously the biggest night of his life, coming up February 22nd against a very good champion in Carlos Adamas. How's Hamza been?
Look, he's really up for this, and this is a big moment for him. He's done everything that's been asked of him as yet, and he's going in with a very good quality fighter. He's not getting an easy job here, but he's got to be at his best. And if he is at his best, I think he's got a great opportunity to win the title. It won't be easy, and that's what makes it such an exciting fight, because I know that their styles will gel, and out of that you're going to get, I think you're really going to see something special. But I believe he can win the fight. I think he has the skills to do it. I think he's got the mindset to do it, and I hope he does it.
We have a couple of 6-rounders to open the show, but the main fight to kick off things is Callum Smith versus Joshua Buatsi, which sounds crazy to me, because that would headline the M&S Bank Arena, it would headline the O2 Arena. It headlines this or opens this. How's Callum?
He's great, you know, another Matchroom Queensbury matchup, and, you know, I think that it's a real domestic classic. I think when Callum lost to Beterbiev, I kind of wondered, was there a fight out there that was going to motivate him to come back? You know, he'd won the World Championship at Super Middle, the Ring Magazine Championship, fought for the unified light heavyweight World Championship, and Buatsi was the perfect fight to do that. If you can't get up for a domestic classic like that, you never will. And it's an intriguing fight. You know, I think Buatsi, if we see the Buatsi that performed against Willie Hutchinson, I fancy Callum Smith to stop him late. But he's a very good fighter as well, sometimes a little bit hot and cold. What's Callum got left? I mean, again, a fight that can headline in Liverpool, a fight that can headline at the O2. And what is it, kicking off the night?
Kicking off the night.
At 6:45. I mean,
it's amazing. I mean, you know, 2 Brits in there, again, competitive. It's for the interim, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, everything's there. The winner of this is the mandatory. So they've got everything to go for. Be a brilliant fight.
My fight of the night, and look, no one's asking me, but I'll tell you anyway. Vergil Ortiz versus Israil Madrimov. It's one of those where you kind of gone back and forth. You can't call it. Vergil against Boychuk, maybe lucky to get the result, the nod on that one. I thought Madrimov looked fantastic against Crawford. It's a tough one to call.
The styles all gel well in this, because against Crawford, both guys are really good movers. Like Madrimov, although he's strong and punches very hard, he's got great footwork.
Yeah.
So has Crawford, and then they negated themselves a little bit in that fight. Ortiz is all action. He throws a lot of punches. He's a big volume puncher, and you've got to be active against him. And when he's active, Madrimov's really dangerous. But it's another pure 50-50 matchup. You know, that's one really for the hardcore fight fans. 2 world-class fighters, but that is a brilliant 50-50 fight.
And you've got to think of the fight he had with Crawford. I mean, I didn't think there was anything in that fight, to be quite honest. And what he's learned from it, the experience, knowing what the level he's at. Ortiz is a very good fighter. And again, he's got fight written all over it. These 2 guys are top quality fighters.
Do you know what, as well, I think, so this is a little bit of a hardcore topic of conversation, but travelling over here for the first time fighting if you've been here before, if you've had the experience, it does play a part. And I think that's a benefit to Hamza.
That's a good point.
You know, all of a sudden Adamas comes in, you've got the BFC check weight, which is throwing a lot of international fighters. You know, Madrimov's boxed here before, Ortiz is coming around. I'm hearing all the teams, you know, oh, where's the car, where's the... They're turning up here tonight going, what is going on here? Others that have experienced before, it does play a part, it does make a difference. That's why being part of a big promotional company that can give you the experience on these cards, put you in a great position for when crunch time comes. And it could be the difference.
Crunch time's coming for a lot of these on Saturday. Your boy's got crunch time as well, Daniel Dubois, who's looked so far, I mean, he walks over crunch time. It means absolutely nothing for him. He's on an incredible run. Joseph Parker, another challenge. That's a main event anywhere in the world. That's chief support.
Well, it is. And, you know, you look at it, Daniel's on a roll. He's brimming with confidence. He really is up for this fight. I've never seen him so confident about himself in all ways, not just as a fight, you know, as in the ring, but outside the ring. He's changed a lot since that fight he had against Usyk. And you got Usyk, who's the free belt, holding 3 belts, what unified the belts. He's #1 in the world. Tyson's retired now, so you've got the #1 and the #2 fighting each other to fight the #1 for the 4 belts again. So there's a lot on the line here. This is a magnificent, magnificent fight. Joe's on a roll. Former world champion. He's full of confidence as well. Just talking with him over there, he's brimming with it. I've never seen him look so well. He looks big as well. What I mean by big, he seems to.
He's put on the muscle,
and he's put it on. So I hope I can see what his tactics are going to be in this fight. But this is a great fight. I mean, it's a fantastic heavyweight fight, and he knows, and he says, Joe, and I believe what he's saying he will have to do. He's got to take the fight to Daniel to take it out of him. And Daniel only knows one way to fight, and that's go forward.
Oh, it's a
so
great
you're
fight,
going to get irresistible force against an immovable object. Something will give eventually, and it will be so exciting whilst it lasts.
Always does in the heavyweight division. Eddie, you're neutral in this one. Which way are you going on it?
I said in a couple of interviews earlier, like, Daniel's done so well. I really like Daniel. I think he's a really funny guy to be around. I think he's actually got a great personality. A lot of people haven't seen all of it yet, but I think he's when you've achieved what he's achieved, he's had those wins, he's won, he's got that money, he's been to Brazil for a couple of months. Sometimes you can go one or two ways. You know, it can go to your head, or you could go to another level through that confidence. I think he's a confidence fighter, so I actually think it's probably the latter. Joe could not be in a better place with a better timing in terms of where he is in his life right now. He's got everything perfect. So it's the best Joe Parker against probably the best Daniel Dubois. Correct. And I do think it's a 50-50 fight. I favour Dubois for the first half of the fight, and then I think Parker can come on in the second half. But a confident Daniel Dubois is a very dangerous Daniel Dubois. The only chink that he had in his armour was his ability to get through those tough moments. And now he's done that.
On a couple of occasions.
Yeah, exactly. He's earned his stripes, and he may win with ease on Saturday night, or he may get beat.
If he catches you,
if
he catches you, no matter who you are, you are in trouble. He can punch. I think he's the hardest punching heavyweight in the division. Speak to anybody who he fights, I think he is.
No, he can crack. He can crack.
My only worry was someone said, what are you going to do with all the money? He said he really wants to buy a helicopter. Apparently, I heard him say. So, it's an interesting purchase.
Interesting purchase. All right, the main event. Look, the first fight was semi-controversial. The first fight was fantastic. Two styles that we knew were going to gel well. We go again, and what I love about Riyadh season, we go again straight away.
Yeah.
No fights in between. Go again straight away. 133 days later. Your boy, you were very upset post-fight. You calmed down a little bit.
Only a little bit.
You calmed down just a little bit. How was Bivol?
Do you know what? He hasn't even... people keep asking him, do you think you won the first fight? He goes, it's not up to me. I'm not me. So I've watched it back. I still had him winning. It was a close fight. I don't think he closed the fight very well. He let Beterbiev come back in the championship rounds. I still thought he won the fight. It's interesting when he says he wasn't 100% last time, Bivol. I don't know. I'm not that close where I'm in with him day in, day out in camp. But if he wasn't 100%, and he is this time, I fancy our chances. It's another 50-50 fight. It's how the two adapt. I do think Beterbiev's going to start faster this time around, because it took him 10 rounds to start to get hold of Dmitry Bivol, because he boxed so perfectly well. Is that going to suit Bivol if Beterbiev comes out faster, makes more mistakes? The key is to keep working. Now, I felt after 9 rounds, he was a mile ahead. And they probably lost 10, 11, 12. He can't afford to finish like that again. And, you know, who's the fast turnaround going to suit? People say, oh, Beterbiev's getting on. You know, yeah, but maybe the fast turnaround's better than sitting out for 6 months. You know?
Maybe.
Someone might have had a niggle going into the first. You never really know. But it's another all-time classic.
Frank, go on. You're the neutral in this one. Eddie's...
I thought last time, I thought he won it, Bivol, and then I watched it back and it was much closer than I thought it was. Having said that, I still thought he nicked it. I fancy Beterbiev this time. And the reason I say that is I think the latter rounds, he sort of got himself into it and he found the way to get on top, and I think he'd do it this time earlier.
So it's almost round 13 as opposed to round 1.
That's what I think it will be. But let me tell you, he's fighting a great fighter. It was a fabulous fight. You know, for me as a neutral sitting there, that's boxing heaven. You're sitting there, you're watching it. You know, you've got no skin in the game. You're just enjoying it as a punter. And the punters are going to enjoy it again this time. It's going to be a great fight.
I said in the first fight, it's just about putting off, delaying the inevitable against Beterbiev.
That's what it felt
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, how long can you outbox him till he walks you down and gets hold of you? And last time, Dmitry did it for 9 rounds.
Yeah.
He's got to do it for 12 rounds. Or he's got to hurt him in some way. And maybe if he comes out a little bit too gun-ho, but he's got a great chin as well.
He caught him a couple of
He
times
did.
in the fight. He caught him a couple
the problem
of shots,
is, Beterbiev wants to throw with you. So when you're throwing, it's actually a danger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't not throw because he's just walking you down. You can't rely on your feet all the time. You've got to stop him in his tracks.
You've got to dent him. Good luck.
Yeah.
No one dented him yet. You guys should have a show together. That would be quite an interesting show, actually. All right, Grand Arrivals is done. Tomorrow is the media and public workout. Then you know what Thursday is? Thursday's press conference. Friday weigh-in. Saturday's showtime. But before we get to that, we'll see you tomorrow. You can see the time on the screen there, 6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you tomorrow.